We're going to get the personal medicine conference session started. Allison Stiles has been working for Pat Deegan and Associates since 2011. She's worked in the mental health field since 2002 in various direct service roles and holds a master's degree in counseling and psychology. Allison's work as a licensed professional counselor, as well as her own lived experience of challenges, feeds forward into her current work at PDA. As the managing partner at PDA, Allison wears many hats. She works with the development team to create tools and resources, trains and supports certified personal medicine coaches, and coaches program staff who use the Common Ground and Academy plus the Recovery Library. And then we have Missy, who's handing out your raffle tickets. And so Missy is PDA's Director of Content and Program Development. She works with the team to develop the content and training materials used to support everyone using Pat Deegan's recovery approach. Missy has used Common Ground and Pat's recovery approach in her own work as a psych rehab practitioner for many years and has seen firsthand the impact it has had on providers and service users, bringing them together to work more collaboratively and amplifying the voice of the user. So you guys are really in tune for something awesome. Personal medicine's been transformational in my life, so I'm really happy for you to learn more about it. So with that, I'll pass it over to Allison.
Hello, everyone. I'm Allison Stiles, and I could not be more happy to be here with you in person. I haven't been to an in-person conference in 3 to 4 years, so it's just really exciting to get to see people, face to face like this. So, as Christy mentioned, we've been talking to people around the world about personal medicine for many, many years now. And I know that you heard Pat talk a little bit in her keynote about personal medicine and how personal medicine, that first personal medicine of listening to her Sony Walkman was transformative in her recovery. And so we want to bring some of that to you. We want to help you start to think about your own personal medicine and perhaps even discover some additional personal medicine.
My name is Missy Rufo. I'm so excited to be here with you today. Just as Allison said, it's been a very long time since we've been in person with people. Last year, I had the honor of presenting via Zoom, so if any of you attended that conference virtually last year. But I want to start off with a little activity. If you have a phone, pull out your phone, open up your camera, and scan that QR code. It's going to ask you a question. And the question is, what's something that you do to feel better, and how does it help you? So, as you can see up here on my screen, we've got lots of folks who are sharing what you do to feel better and how it helps you. And that "and how it helps you" is really, really important. So if you did not answer that fully in your first response, feel free to go ahead and then do another one and saying how these things help you, because that's going to be a really important part of what we're talking about here today. Personal medicines, as Pat said, they're not just the things that we do, but they help us in a very specific way. Somebody says, "I pray, it makes me feel like I don't have to stress about anything." That's really powerful personal medicine. Gardening in the early, quiet morning hours sounds beautiful. Playing piano helps to calm my mind. What a powerful personal medicine. Listening to music helps me express my emotions and feel heard. Music therapy is my undergrad degree, so music is powerful medicine. Spending time with my dogs and Pig. Who is Pig? You have a pig? Did I know that? I think I did know that. Allow me to experience unconditional love and happiness. Driving, looking at my surroundings to view God's creations are relaxing. Playing baritone saxophone in the community college jazz band. I make sure I'm enrolled every semester, and it keeps me sane with everything going on. I'm also going to school for music therapy. Yay, and also garden. Talk and pray to my higher power. Go to Red and Star to do some self-care. So these are all beautiful examples of personal medicine.
What is personal medicine? Personal medicines are the things that we do to get well and stay well. They're the things that we do, not what we take. It's not like a feeling, it's not a state of being, it's what we do. Personal medicine is self-prescribed. So no one out there had to tell you that gardening was good for your mental health or that it helped you in some way. We can never tell anyone what their personal medicine is because we would have no way of knowing that, right? Only we can prescribe personal medicine for ourselves. And we are very, very serious and very intentional in calling it medicine. Personal medicine is medicine. There are things that we do that can change our biochemistry, just like the things that we take can change our biochemistry. So laughing, right? Laughing can release endorphins and help us feel happier. Exercise is a really powerful antidepressant. It changes our biochemistry. So we are saying that absolutely personal medicine is medicine. Now this is really important. Personal medicine is not a replacement for any of the other things that we do to get well and to stay well. So it's not, we discover personal medicine and then you stop taking the pill medicines that are helpful for you. It's not a replacement for that. It's just another tool to help us. Exactly, it's all about finding that right balance between what we do, what we take, maybe a program that we go to, maybe a therapist, all of that. It's all about finding balance. Thank you. See, all of these things that you've discovered all on your own, all of those things that came out, things that came from within you, we say that this is your inner wisdom. It means that we are not at the mercy of things that happen to us, right? Or how we feel. We're not at the mercy of our feelings. We have this inner wisdom surrounding the things that we can do to help ourselves. This is our resilience shining through, even if we haven't thought about this before. Personal medicine connects us to our inner wisdom, to that healer within, and we don't always have to look outside of ourselves for the answers. Sometimes the answers are right here, right within us. It brings attention to the things that we do each and every day, as well as intention to continue using those things. So when I think of taking a walk each morning, not just as something to get kind of fresh air, but when I think about it as actual anti-anxiety medication for me, it helps to build my intention. So personal medicine, as Pat mentioned in her keynote, are the really big things in life, like working, spending time with our pets, the things that we do to put a smile on our face each and every day, things that bring us meaning and joy in our lives. Those are personal medicines. Personal medicine can also be the smaller things we do to take care of ourselves, like riding a bike to improve our mood, taking a warm bath to help us get to sleep at night, and deep breathing to get grounded. So this is my family. I have an 8-year-old daughter and 5-year-old twins, which is as chaotic as it sounds. But spending time with my 8-year-old and my 5-year-old twins with our devices off, just being really present in the moment, helps us feel really connected as a family, and it helps me feel love, and that's really helpful for me and my mental health. I also do take a walk each day, almost every day. And I walk in the morning and I have my headphones in and I'm listening to my podcast. It helps me really clear my head. It helps me get ready for the day. And as I mentioned, it's an anti-anxiety medication for me. I also take hikes in the woods, and that helps me connect to nature. And I feel connected to something bigger than myself when I do that. So those are my personal medicines. Missy, do you want to share your personal medicine?
So this is my personal medicine, much like Allison, but not much. I have one daughter who is the joy of my life. This is her on her designed and made that dress. So she is, and my husband, of course, are the lights of my life. So being able to spend time with them, watch my daughter bloom and grow and blossom into this amazing human being, really just helps me. I have a lot of anxiety, and I worry a lot, and I stumbled across, much like Pat's headphones, that if I listen to the soundtrack from Hamilton, or if I watch it when I'm feeling extremely upset or anxious, it is like medication. So it is like, that is my PRN medication. Then I have two of the most opposite dogs on the face of the earth. I have a 15-year-old one-eyed pug, and I have a 2-year-old German Shepherd. And they couldn't be more different, but they both help me in such different ways. My pug lays on my lap and snuggles with me and helps calm me. And then my shepherd, we just play and have fun. Right. So I want to talk a little bit about one of the tools. So as Allison was saying and Christy was saying, you know, the goal of what we're doing here with Mercy Care and all the providers is to train certified personal medicine coaches. So in your agency or that you work or you attend for services, I hope you've heard about personal medicine a little bit, but I want to talk a little bit today about some of these things that we call personal medicine cards. And so we have 16 categories of personal medicine cards, but within each of those categories of cards, there are about 15 to 20 different cards that have strategies that have worked for people, as well as a blank card where people can create their own strategy. And they reflect common challenges, right? You don't have to have a diagnosis to experience anger. You don't have to have a diagnosis to experience grief or anxiety or negative thinking or worry or troublesome beliefs. These are human challenges. And so we say everyone can experience these challenges and everyone can discover some personal medicine to help them work through those challenges. So this is an example of a personal medicine card. It provides with a generic strategy, right? So these, as we said, these strategies, these ideas, this personal medicine have come from the wisdom of the lived experience. Somebody said refocusing on things that can control helps their anxious feelings. And it gives an example of what that means. And then on the back of the card is a place where you personalize that card for yourself. And we say this doesn't become your personal medicine until you personalize it for yourself, until you try it out and see if it works. So sometimes it might take a couple of cards to find something that works for you, and that is 100% okay. Personal medicine is a journey, and it grows with us. We learn new things, we try new things. So I'll give you an example. Stephen struggles with negative thinking, and it ramped up when he went to college, and he was concerned that his small town education was no match for the education of other students that he was with. And it seemed like once he got on campus, the floodgates of negativity opened. He began to doubt himself and his ability to do his college work. And the more that he doubted himself, the more insecure he became. And he would say things to himself like, I'm a stupid hick, right? So we've all kind of gotten stuck in those negative thinking traps where we kind of say these things to ourselves. And it can put us kind of in a bad space. So he would say, you know, I should get out of here. I shouldn't be here. I should go back where I came from. And so those were some of his negative thoughts that were causing him to really lose faith in his ability to do his schoolwork. And then he began skipping classes and, you know, kind of became this spiral. And so Stephen had the opportunity to work with a certified personal medicine coach who helped him to explore the personal medicine cards for negative thinking. And so this is one of the cards that Stephen was intrigued by and he wanted to take a look at. And so the front of the card, the strategy is to shrink my inner critic down to size. And so it says, you can't do math, you're a loser. Most of us have an inner critic, right? That fuels our negative thinking. And imagining our inner critic as something small or silly can help. So this isn't actually a strategy that Pat uses quite often. And so Stephen, in talking with his certified personal medicine coach, they talked about this. And he actually said, I'm going to draw this image that I had seen on the internet. And he drew his inner critic as a stick figure named Mr. Cranky Pants. And he wrote Mr. Cranky Pants next to the stick man. So each time these thoughts of negative thinking would come up, he could look at his card and he had this quick reminder, right? And it gave him a laugh. And it just reminded him, hey, like, this is just my inner critic. You know, I can laugh at it and I can try to help expel some of those negative thoughts. And so Stephen actually took a picture of his card. So some people like to carry their cards with them. If you're a paper pencil person, Pat Deegan loves a physical card. No matter how hard we try to get her to do things other way, she likes a physical card. Some people like to take pictures. So Stephen took a picture of his card and he put it on his phone. And so he says, I have it with me at all times. When there's negative thinking, negative thoughts come up, I look at my card and it cracks me up. When I think of my inner critic, as Mr. Cranky Pants, it just makes me laugh and smile. And so he tested it out for a while, and that's what we always ask people to do, is spend some time using it, see how it works, and then coming back later and saying, hey, did this work for me? And so for Stephen, it's it. He said, Mr. Cranky Pants makes me laugh, which helps me find my own power over my negative thoughts. So it's a really simple strategy, right? But it's something that Stephen can do. He's not waiting for somebody to do it for him. He's not waiting for a pill to make him feel better. He just has this idea of thinking about Mr. Cranky Pants, and he can put that into use.
All right, so for our breakout, we have 6 tables with common challenges that any of us might face. We have anger, anxious feelings, feeling depressed, grief, negative thinking, and the one all the way at the end is sleep. When we say go, we want you to head to the table of a challenge area that you might be experiencing or a challenge that you might want to discover some additional personal medicine in. We want you to, there's a stack of personal medicine cards for each challenge on those tables. We want you to flip through them, start to explore. Review any of the cards that look interesting to you, and take some. We want you to take 1 or 2 cards that you might want to try out. So take a couple of them. I think some of them are printed double-sided, so you might want the card on the front, not on the back, just take the whole thing. There are certified personal medicine coaches at each of the table. Do you want to raise your hand, CPMCs? So they are available to answer any questions, to help you explore the cards, to help you find cards that might work for you. So they're there to support you and answer any questions, okay? All right, so yeah, go. Start your exploration, move over to a table. They are in alphabetical order. So we have anger, anxious feelings, feeling depressed, grief, negative thinking, and then Max is all the way at the end with sleep. All right, folks, we just want to take a moment and do like a little debrief. Does anyone have anything they want to share, or a card that they found that really spoke to them that you want to talk about?
I did. I like the card that said use a positive affirmation.
You like the card about using a positive affirmation?
Yeah,
Yes.
because that's something I have to do every morning. On the back I put, I can and I will have a great day.
I can and I will have a great day. Is that what you said? Nice.
And then on the bottom it says, this personal medicine work, and I said, yeah, it reminds me I'm alive today and I'm very grateful.
It reminds you that you're alive today and that you're very grateful. Beautiful. That's powerful personal medicine.
Yeah, these are incredible cards. Thank you.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you for sharing. Yeah.
I think the most important thing with anger, anxiety, and the other symptoms of trying to stay out of those moods is self-talk. Like say somebody, okay, say you and her, you're sitting across the room and you're giggling and you're talking about me. And here I am trying to study. You gotta self-talk and tell yourself, hey, you know what? I don't need nothing from them. So whatever they're going through is not my personal business.
Love it.
Let them have their play. Later they'll realize it was challenge.
I agree with her. I get out at least 3 times a week and go to CHR for my mental health because of the fact that there's so much negativity in a shelter that you don't need that.
Yeah. Yeah, so being able to get away from something that's causing you distress or negativity, something that might be contributing to not feeling as well, physically removing yourself from that area could be powerful personal medicine. Sounds like it is. Yeah, wonderful. Yeah.
We started focusing on personal medicine that revolved around sleep, but then we also looked at how those same things could work in other aspects, like of our life. Yeah.
So you started talking about personal medicine for sleep, and then that kind of transformed into how that same personal medicine for sleep might help in other areas. Mm-hmm. And that's really common with personal medicine. Personal medicine doesn't always just help with one thing. It's not just like, okay, this is just for my sleep. Oftentimes we find that something that we do that helps us in one area can also help us in a variety of different areas. We love healing through helping. That's what we call it. It's healing through helping. And when we're able to share our own lived experience, share something of ourselves, that helps us too. It's not just a one-directional thing. It's definitely bi-directional. And thank you so much for your time and your exploration in personal medicine. We hope that you found something that can be helpful for you. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you.